The Running Man. I got stuff in my beard. Peak Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. That's all you got. Peak. So if you haven't seen this by now and you like Arnold, you should watch this. Picture a future in 2019 where the economy in the US has gone down the tubes. Sounds familiar. The country is now broken up into police states. We're getting there. The wealth gap has peaked. There are food riots in the streets. That's how bad it is. But they do have a bread and circus to quell the masses, and that's the Running Man game show, where prisoners fight for their lives against stalkers, hunters, and if they make it out, they get to be free men. That's the gist of it. Arnold's character gets caught up in it, and as you know, he kicks a lot of major booty. Honestly, it's a fantastic movie. I give this an 8.5 out of 10. Review over for all of you that just left. For the rest of you, let's talk about it a bit more. There might be spoilers at this point. That's why I wanted to end it here. So if you want to stop, go ahead. All right, let's do it. Okay, so just to be clear with you, it's been a while since I've seen this movie before. I saw it before when I was younger. Now I saw it again just the other night. So I had a lot of nostalgia for it before. Seeing it again, it's very interesting. The social commentary in this movie. Again, this movie was made it came out in 1987. That was the year, I still have stuff in my beard. The year I was born. I'm 38, okay? So it's not like they knew of how things are going to be now when they made this movie. Okay, so get this. Arnold's character, he's a soldier, right? They begin the movie with him basically flying a helicopter over the city. They see a food riot. He goes, hey, food riot, but nobody's got any weapons or anything. Women and children are down there. And his commanders are like, he's like, just get them all. Get them all. They are now pushing up daisies. Go for it. And he's like, no, I'm not doing that. So they arrest him and they frame him for what they actually do. They do it anyways. And they make him seem like he's what do they call him? The butcher, the Bay Butcher? No. Now I'm thinking about Dexter. Something Butcher. It just makes him sound terrible, even though he didn't want to at all. So you got your propaganda there, right? He ends up in prison, a work camp, a concentration camp, where they put collars on your neck. And if you try to escape the camp, well, you know what happens. You've seen that trope before. He escapes, he gets caught again, and then they say, hey, you want to be a free man? Join the Running Man game. Fight for your freedom. I'm cutting a lot of middle bits out, and they are indeed important, but that's kind of the gist. What's interesting is during that whole lead up to that point, you see a man who's basically part of the system, right? A guy that you would say is more or less drinking the Kool-Aid and just doing his job. You kind of get this sense about the people in this world, where you have some people that are just getting really negatively affected by this system, really just living on the streets and garbage and whatnot. And then you have people like him who are just part of the system and just working and almost oblivious to what's going on outside of this. So you can kind of see that parallel a little bit too, right? So he has this whole segment of disillusionment. At first he's like, oh, I'm part of the system. And then he's like, oh, I'm just going to survive. And then he just kind of gets sucked into it. And he's like, well, you know what? F it. It's on now. It's on now. I'm digging this far into this movie because you would think that this is not a cerebral film. This is just an Arnold film where he just kicks a lot of butt. But there's a lot going on here, a lot more than what I expected. You have a man tumbling down the rabbit hole of sorts. Thank goodness he's a big man that knows how to fight. Because he goes through trials and tribulations. He loses people, he gets hurt, he gets beat up, captured. He's not like The Rock where he just wins in every scene or anything like that. There's bad things happening to him. And he literally has to fight his way out. It's surprisingly deep and still fun to watch. Yes, this is like the 80s. Yes, there's a lot of weird tropes in there. My wife was noticing that there's this love interest in the movie, right? And there are scenes where he's grabbing her by the back of the neck for some reason. Giant guy. She's like a chihuahua compared to him. and his hand is just gripping the back of her neck all casual. He even says in one scene that he can snap it like a chicken head or whatever. There's another scene where they reference him and the possibility of a bit of a necrophilic act. That movie has that R word vibe a bit. But other than that, it's surprisingly fun and stimulating. The Running Man game show itself's very good too. It's a little hokey. They make it seem like they're trying to run around for their lives to each of the different zones, but they're really being herded to unalive arenas. But what I think a lot of people remember from this movie, what I think honestly still the gold is his dispatching the bad guys. Every bad guy that he takes care of is wonderful. It really is. It's definitely a revenge fantasy of sorts, because all the bad guys you don't like any of them. So when he dispatches of them, it feels good. Like, yeah, that's right. The ending's really satisfying. Spoiler alert, he gets the girl, he saves the day. You know, it's an Arnold movie. Yes, it's based off a novel too. We're very curious about reading that. But I just wanted to point out that even though you can have a movie that you would think growing up is just like a mindless action Arnold film, you should watch it again when you're older and just watch it and see what happens. You might be pleasantly surprised. I was. This movie really surprised me. I check this out. Let me know what you think. And yeah, let's talk later.